top of Anderson,
Get over
tracks all the way back in,
it
does. And he's locked in, but what a goal!
Inundated. So popular.
We are the sporting capital of the world. Together, as men and women, we equally represent you, your city, your passion, your team. We are Hockey Club Melbourne.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the live stream for Hockey Victoria for the GameClothing.com.au Premier League. We are here at the Mentone Grammar Sporting Field and home of the Mentone Hockey Club. We can see here just the last stanzas of the reserves game for the Men's Premier League before we get into the main attractions, which is Brunswick against Mentone in the GameClothing.com.au Men's Premier League, followed up by the Mentone Panthers Women's Premier League versus Yarra Valley. And that game will come to you at 3:30. My name is Ken Smith, and we're going to be here all day. It has been absolutely belting down. The wind is howling. We've almost lost the tent twice. The boys have strapped it down. We're ready to go, though, for about 3 hours of hockey, and we do hope that you'll stay warm. Brew a cup of tea, stay with us the rest of the day, and we've got a couple of international shout-outs to do throughout the games also. We'll be joined by members of the Mentone Hockey Club through. I'm sure that'll be interesting to hear about what makes their club special, and we'll have a chat about some of the things that that they do to make sure that their cultures remain so strong over the last couple of years. So looking forward to seeing all these games. First up in the Men's Premier League, we have 14th versus 16th, and this is a huge game in the context of the season for the relegation battle. Both these teams, one on the bottom of the ladder, 1-3 from the bottom, but only a couple points separating them. Absolutely crucial here. A win to either side is massive. Brunswick can separate themselves from that conversation. Mentone can keep their hopes alive of playing in the Premier League in the season of 2020, and we're all going to see that all over the next hour and a half. We've got our sponsors also that allow us to do what we do. Manlift Hire. Gideon is up on the Manlift at the moment, and Gideon, a shout out to you. You're a legend. You'll be up there for 3 hours in the sleet and the rain and the wind, so thank you very much. Just Hockey, the providers of hockey apparel all around Australia and internationally as well. Anytime Fitness, one of our more recent but big time partners, and we thank them for their contribution. If you are looking for a gym and to get active outside what of course should be a rigorous hockey season for all our viewers, get down to Anytime Fitness. We've got the beautiful playing pitch of the Mentone Grammar Sporting Field, and our umpires as well for the Men's Premier League game will be Ben Hocking and Simon James. So very much looking forward to seeing those guys through the cameras as well, and we know that there's going to be some people tuning in from potentially up at the under 21s as well, some of our umpiring fraternity. Melbourne Ceilings, one of our recent additions to the sponsorship as well, up on your screen. But we are settling in here for a massive day. We are going to be joined on the other side of what will be a very short break in just a moment or two with Callum Plaskas, one of the committee members and one of the, I guess, just one of the Mentone personalities. He was out umpiring the first half of the reserves game. He's done the team sheets for me, He's around, I'm pretty sure he's in the canteen brewing the coffee. So looking forward to having a chat with CC, as he's affectionately known. And we're going to break down the top and the bottom of the ladder. So huge action at the top of the ladder. Some very tight battles for spots in the Men's Premier League. We'll go through yesterday's results. But the 2nd, 4th and 8th spots are hotly contested with really, as we head into round 12, only around 7 rounds to go, around 13, only a few rounds to go for these teams in the Premier League. So it's all starting to take shape, and some big results as well when we hit the women's side of the draw, including the Thames Southern result, which was a big upset in the 61st minute. So we will go through some of those results, ladies and gentlemen. Stick with us, grab a hot drink, we'll be back in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and as we gear up for this Men's Premier League clash between Brunswick and Mentone, we will very quickly bring you the team sheets for both teams and go through who will be taking the field today for their respective clubs. So first up, the away team, the Brunswick Hockey Club, number 1, Nick Lewis, number 3, Lockie Date, number 4, Charles Swain, number 7, Mudasira Bass, number 8, Jack Vincent, number 9, Max Command, the captain, number 10, Dean Street, number 13, Riley Damnix, number 15, Rory Phelan, number 2, Ahmed Oase, number 21, Mitch Nicholson, number 22, Martin Gebhardt, number 23, Tim Wardener, number 24, Mohammed Mushtaq, number 17, Michael Kafra, the goalkeeper, number 30, Dan Shaw, and Mark Swain, who will wear number 35. So the Brunswick team looking to secure the points here today and separate themselves from that relegation battle. And now the home side, Mentone, the goalkeeper, number 13, Scotty Boucher, the captain, number 17, James Meikle, number 2, Todd Blass, number 18, Hayden Mitchell, number 11, Daniel O'Daly, number 4, Shern Herbert, number 38, Shane Fee, number 5, Anthony Florence, number 9, Liam Allards, number 6, Jordan Ward, number 3, Yoshi Fujihara, number 23, Ben Rogalski, number 16, Harrison Smith, number 46, Alex Stock, number 60, Michael Briggs, and number 22, Daniel Bell. So a couple of interesting things to note there. Daniel Bell, one international player from South Africa, and we do understand that Dan's parents are trying to tune in. So to the Bell family, if you have managed to get our stream up, a welcome to you, and we hope you look forward to watching the game and seeing the result of this match. And we'll be bringing that to you. We've got a couple of international players running through here. Harrison Smith coming to Mentone from Canterbury in the UK, and as well for Brunswick we have Mohammed Mushtaq, Pakistani, and as well Martin Gebhardt from Argentina. So we are going to take another very, very short break. We're going to round up CC and get him in the commentary box so we can go through yesterday's results, the battles happening for those finals spots, and also the run home for the teams that are fighting it out for relegation. KBH obviously not in that conversation. They have the 1 year's grace period, but Thames, Brunswick and Mentone Hockey Club. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Jeff Matthews.
I'm Tony Matthews.
We're from Manlift Hire, a family-run business. We specialise in the hire of boom lifts and scissor lifts like this one. We're proud supporters of Hockey Victoria. Give us a call, 1300 Manlift or 9792 9399, or check out our website, www.manlifthire.com.au.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and it's a great pleasure to welcome Callum Palaskis, or CC, into the commentary box. CC, you've jumped straight off the field. You didn't have great grip in the boots you're wearing, but your umpiring was superb. The signalling was crisp and very, very clear on the decisions. So, is there anything you don't do around here?
I don't like spending a lot of time in the canteen.
Okay.
That's not the best place to be stuck, but happy to help out wherever it's needed.
Well, we really appreciate it. As I'm not exactly sure what Joe's doing today, to be perfectly honest, but I'm sure he's not standing out in the rain and the wind and doing that, unless he's having a round of golf, but I reckon he might have called it quits by now anyway, so I reckon he'll listen back. We've got a few things to get through, so I think yesterday... we'll go through yesterday's results, then we'll go through sort of some of those battles for the 2nd, 4th and 8th spots, which are of course critical, and then we'll go through the run home for the 3 teams, really that we're going to focus on today, as it's a fact we're talking about, the right to play Premier League in 2020. You guys want to be there, obviously both teams working so hard, so we'll go through yesterday's results, and we've got Southern United 7-2 over 10, probably expected. Good result for Southern, especially given they're missing 3 of their best players who are at the under 21s. So, MCC Hawthorn 0-all. I guess that says enough. 0-all. But that's an interesting result, I guess, when you consider that both these teams would have been wanting to really try and push for that, that 8th spot and push into that lower range of the final. So. Both teams probably very disappointed and think they will have missed a chance there. MCC missing John O'Bretherton at the 21s at the moment as well. So Altona 4-3 over Footscray.
It's a big result.
Massive for Altona.
Yes.
Footscray would have wanted to confirm one of their spots, close to the top 4 as well. And Greensborough with a good 6-0 win over Melbourne Uni. Doncaster 9-2 over KBH. Doncaster have hit some form recently, I would say.
I would agree. I'll say that our boys might have taken some credit of playing them back into form. We had a narrow 2-1 loss there a couple of weeks ago, and it might have sparked their season back into some goal scoring. Yeah.
I think I know Kieran hit another hat trick yesterday. I think Luke Everett got a hat trick, I want to say. So, they're certainly a very dangerous team. When
a lot of avenues to goal. Yeah.
Correct. Penalty corners dangerous, and they're so smart. Led by Rusty Ford and Kieran and Luke Everett and those guys up forward. Luke Davidson playing really well. Waverley 3-1 over Essendon. I'm going to call it. Essendon have disappointed me this year. I picked them. I know they're still around that kind of finals, but I picked them to be a big mover. I picked them to really. They got Oscar Wookie back, and look, they're still a great team, but I just thought they'd really start to take those top teams.
Yeah.
Just for Joe when he does watch it back, Damon Steffen's 1 goal, just on Damo watch. So he's out in front of the competition by about 6 goals at the moment, and I think he hit, probably flicked 5 in a game a few weeks ago. So Waverley 3-1, that almost, that cements almost their spot, in that top echelon. And Camberwell 3-all with Powerhouse, and Powerhouse have got to be asking, what have we got to do to get a win, not a draw? I think they've drawn 4 or 5 games this year, and so they're thinking, if but for, they could be up in the 8. You've got them coming up as well in the next few weeks.
Yep.
So today is 14th versus 16th as we hear the Mentone Panthers singing, the reserves boys singing the song off to our right hand side
For the first time this year. So
first win
for the year. Well done, boys.
So. Was it a draw last time you played Brunswick?
We haven't played Brunswick yet.
You haven't played Brunswick
No.
yet? Okay, so you only played them once throughout the whole year?
Yes.
Yep, that's correct. So, when we were talking about the ladder earlier as well, which is a huge impact on today and the games from yesterday for a number of reasons. We've got the 2nd, 4th and 8th spots, and so Waverley and Camberwell are really fighting in that spot for 2nd, and they're only 2 points off each other. So Southern are out in front by a game, 37-34. Waverley and Camberwell are really fighting for that spot, and they really want that chance. And because as well, actually, we have to talk about what was released this week, friends, is that Premier League is getting home finals. So for the first time, I think in decades, it's been confirmed. It was released this week. For the first round of finals, the Premier League men's and women's will be played at the home grounds. So you might have...
That's a huge advantage.
You might have Doncaster going to Southern.
Wow.
Like, can you imagine?
That's a big game.
Come on, I mean, that's crazy. Like, you might have Camberwell going to Waverley or Waverley going to Camberwell. It raises a whole lot of really interesting questions for the clubs. I mean, first of all, I absolutely support it. I think we should be, my personal opinion is that we should be moving to that being it. You know, the first round should always be at the clubs. They do the whole thing at the home clubs in Europe. They have no neutral venues pretty much, and they get thousands of people. But so that second spot, you know, really, so it does matter now because it's going to be a home ground
advantage
game
for the second spot.
So it's absolutely huge. And so that's tight. Then the 4th, 5th and 6th are separated by only a point. As Doncaster currently have it. Greensborough are in 5th. Footscray are in 6th. Greensborough have only got them on goal difference. Again, they want to get into that 4th spot, even though you might have to travel to Southern, but obviously it's the double chance. So that's massive. That's only a point. And then 8th to 11th. So you've got Altona, which are 2 points behind MCC. So MCC would be kicking themselves they didn't get that win over Hawthorn. Conversely, 8th to 11th is separated by only a game, and Hawthorn are in 11th. So that 0-0 draw is massive for both those teams. So it's all open.
Absolutely open, absolutely, and looking forward to a really tight run in at the end of the year.
And then it drops off, and I mean Powerhouse. With 6 or 7 rounds to go, 6 rounds to go, 13 points. They are 2 games out. So.
They've got the quality, though. They've got the quality to really make a push towards the end there.
I absolutely believe so. So it's right down to those. You know, everyone bar the bottom. You know, probably 3 or 4 are right in the mix. Speaking of the bottom 4, so you know we'll confront it head on. Today is massive for your club and Brunswick in the right to stay in Premier League. It is a 6-point game relegation style. We've gone through. And I asked you during the week, were you nervous? And you said, well, sort of, but you've calmed down.
Have calmed down. You know, we've put in as much preparation as we could, and we've done our homework, and the boys are looking sharp. So it is what it is, and the cards will fall where they do.
Now, so you haven't played them yet at all.
No.
So there's no real form to go off.
We had a practice match pre-season, and it was really a tale of 2 halves.
Yep.
So. You know, I think there's been additions on both sides of the table since that point.
Yep.
But we know it's going to be a very physical, quick encounter.
So the one that I'm thinking of here is obviously Dan Bell. So, and we now know that Dan's parents are watching. So, yes. Do we know their names?
Not off the top of my head.
Not off the top of your head.
Very sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Bell.
Mr. and Mrs. Bell, they will remain for the next 70 minutes. Tell us a little about Dan. He's South African. He plays in Belgium. Plays for Gantois, I think.
In Ghent, yeah.
In Ghent.
Yeah.
I think it's a French sort of styling, so we'll try and not butcher that throughout. But so Gantois, if my memory serves me correctly, play in the top league, bottom half of the top league.
Yes, yep. I believe.
So Dan Bell, now he's a penalty corner flicker.
He is. We're very lucky to have 2. Jordan Ward across from New Zealand as well. Plays with the Southern Dogs.
Who we also have to give a shout out. His parents are watching, or his family watching.
I believe so.
So to the Ward family and the Bell family. And we've also got, we've seen Harrison before as well, but a shout out to all our English friends. The Canterbury Club is one that I'm a big fan of. I've had a couple of boys from Canterbury play for my club, so it's going to be a massive day now. Brunswick have also added a couple of players, Martin Gebhardt from Argentina, Mohammed Mushtaq from Pakistan as well, so it's going to be absolutely huge. Have you talked to the guys throughout the week about their mindset going in? They would be aware of how critical this game is.
Look, absolutely. The boys are well aware of our position. There's no secrets there. But we feel like we've been playing some much better hockey. We've been much more sound defensively, and we've been able to create opportunities going forward. So it's just going to be a matter of putting the ball in the back of the net when the opportunities present themselves.
Now, the reason I wanted to talk about players like Dan Bell and things like that, so he's capped for South Africa a couple of times.
46 caps, and he's just been included in the
African Cup of Nations.
Correct.
Yep. Let's hope. By the way, I'll declare my allegiances here. It's an absolute travesty that South Africa basically get made to qualify 18 times for the Olympic Games. Can can we just get them a spot? Like, seriously, I think they've qualified for 4 or 5 straight, and they've gone to 2 or 1. So, you know, they always win the African Cup of Nations, pretty much, but then they're made to qualify through Europe or something like that. Can we just get the South African boys to the Olympics?
From what I understand,
Please.
it's been announced if they do win the African Cup of Nations, their
going to go.
committee will send them this
Good.
This time. Yeah.
Good. It's about bloody time.
Agreed.
And you know what? And it's actually probably a bit too late because they've had a really good generation over the last 10 to 12 years. A lot of players who would have made themselves available, but you know, for reasons known to themselves, basically gave up on, you know, saying, well, I'm going to go play in Europe, I'm not going to bother. So, anyway, moving on. Dan, I hope you get to Tokyo, personally, because that'd be cool, just to have people who've played in the Olympics playing for Victorian clubs. The reason I wanted to bring it up as well is you've had great success bringing over international players from very successful clubs. I'm thinking of Matt Geist-Brown from last year as well, who then went back and won the English Premier League.
With Hampstead, correct.
With Hampstead and Westminster, and who is going to the EHL. Now, what is it, and they have a great time, what does your club do to say, hey, look, I get you looking at the ladder, and I get that, you know, we're probably not going to play finals, but come over, you're going to have an awesome time. And they clearly do. For those listening, give us a little bit of an insight into what the club does and how they welcome those people in. So they go back and they go, you know what, like, yeah, we didn't win some games, but man, we had some fun.
I think that's it. I think it's part and parcel of being a growing club. You know, we're not one of the big established clubs, and I think that leaves it that we're a little bit more connected and you know, friendly, and everybody gets along and everybody knows everyone, and word of mouth spreads. So if you bring out these players, and regardless of the ability, you look after them, you show them what Australia has to offer, and they head back and they say, hey, I had a really good time. And then all of a sudden you start to establish these connections with the players, with different clubs, and you know, Australia's a great place to come and play hockey. It's a style of hockey that the international players obviously enjoy. Very, very fast, very attacking, and it's a good little break for them. Obviously, the weather's not great at the moment, but if they can hang around post-season or they get here early enough, they often get a lot of warmth and sunshine as well.
I was having a quick chat with Martin Gebhardt from Brunswick, from Argentina, and he was talking about that he's not a massive fan of the weather, having been playing in Spain, and as all good friends, I think CC's had to run off and grab Yoshi a new stick. So, to be honest, folks, we've lost CC for a minute or two. What we'll do, we'll take over. No, he's coming back. So, he was saying, Martin Gebhardt from Argentina was saying this weather. He's just come from Spain, you know, where he's playing in sunshine. And he says, yesterday it's raining, and then said I had dinner, lunch, you know, at 2 p.m. in the sun. So. Anyway,
welcome to Melbourne.
Just welcome to Melbourne.
Yeah.
Now, because you were saying that there was a chance that Matt was going to come back this year.
We were definitely looking into it, but he's obviously established a career and a job over in Hampstead, over in England. And look, the connections are always there. He sent the boys through a nice little voice message during the week, wishing them good luck and you know, some positive reinforcement. So we're hoping that one day the exchange will be able to happen again. So
he's mates with Dan Bell, that's how this happened?
They know each other. Dan obviously keeps in tight communication with Matt, and we were just able to make contact with Dan, and he initially thought that he was going to have national commitments during the year, which didn't happen, so it just fell in place that he was able to come out for a period of matches which were really crucial to us, so we jumped at the opportunity. That sounds fantastic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a very short break. We're only about 3 minutes away from pushback in this game, and don't go anywhere. It's about to heat up. We'll be right back.
Alrighty.
What your business actually does.
Oh, they had a ball. Yeah, it was their birthday yesterday too.
Oh, I've just got a comment that came up, Carol. It's got here, it looks like you've built a lot of change from banking with us. Do you want to see the change?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. I'll go get it.
Carol?
Yeah?
Can you just pop out for a sec?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Thank you for your support to the Northcote Park Football and Netball Club. 6 years, $60,000. Thank you.
That is amazing.
Really, you've helped us in maintaining our record of no lives lost between the flags.
We've been lucky enough to receive $40,000 or $50,000 in the community grants, and it's made the club really what it is today.
We work with local high school students, and we can't do it without the support of the bank, and we can't do it without the support of you, so thank you.
They've sponsored us for around about $150,000.
Wow.
Thank you for banking at Bendigo Bank. Your support helps me to play netball with my friends.
They actually donated a lot of money towards the skate park, and just on behalf of all riders in Mackay Serena, young and old, thank you.
I'm here to thank you on behalf of the Serena Men's Shed. You are supporting us. Without the community bank, who's given us upwards of $80,000, we've probably stopped at least 5 suicides, and we keep a lot of men out of hospital.
Oh, my name's Paul.
Yeah.
The Bendigo Bank at Bunyip supplied a defib machine to the golf course. I died.
Oh, wow.
Playing golf. And the defib machine was put in use and saved my life. So thank you.
You're welcome.
You know, to actually hear the stories, I guess it is quite touching to know that banking does make a difference.
And to be able to be part of such a good community, it goes a long way, doesn't it? It goes a long way.
Giving back to you guys makes me really happy. Just knowing that money going towards a community, there's nothing more rewarding than that.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we've absolutely nailed this timing. The Brunswick team are running out. Mentone are about to join them. We've got our umpires in the middle, Benny Hocking and Simon James, and both teams ready to go. It is chilly, it's cold. You can see them jumping around. You can't see the rain on the camera just yet. Once again, big shout out to Gideon, who is currently about 3 metres in the air, and I reckon that's got to be the most average place at the ground at the moment. But both teams running out and ready to go. Huge implications here. My name is Kin Smith, and I'm joined by Callan C.C. Palauskas. And so, Callan, we're going to get in. So, I don't know what my prediction is. I've seen Brunswick a couple of times. I've seen your team only once thus far this year. And
I'm glad that you've forgotten the Greensboro disaster. So
well, that's true twice. Yeah, that was right at the start of the year, wasn't it?
It was.
Very
I'd like to think we're a very
year.
different team now to what we were then. But I think we're in for an entertaining contest today.
Yeah, and look, you know, I mean the Friday night game at Waverley, first of all, was great to be involved in, but two, the second half was really positive for your side, and I thought there was a lot of team changes in regards to personnel that came in from that first game to the second game. I was really impressed with some of the run and carry of Sean Herbert. I thought Harrison Smith did a little bit better in there. So I think it's going to be absolutely on for young and old. I think for mine, you know, as Ahmed Oais gets us underway, Gebhardt with the ball out to Mushtaq, I think the midfield battle is going to be crucial, and if Mentone can dominate that middle 50 of the ground, it's going to be really important for them. Fujihara on the pressure outside on the left-hand side for Oais and has the ball now.
It's Jordan Ward.
Sorry, that's Jordan Ward, not Fujihara. Got my numbers mixed up. So Jordan Ward, whose family is watching in New Zealand. O'Daly on the right-hand side. Smith tries to drag through, strong on the ball over against Gebhardt, and that's going to be a massive battle all day. Gebhardt so strong in the middle of the field. Mentone driving towards the circle, and this is Fujihara. He's trying to work the ball in. Can he get an outcome posted in front? A short ball out to Kermond.
I think that's where Brunswick are going to look to expose today on that counter-attack, the quick ball out and up to quick strikers and look to catch Mentone on the move.
So Dan Bell, they're sitting in, playing almost a sweeper role at the moment, and Gebhardt with the ball just outside. Throws that ball in. Free hit out, it's touched Ward above the knee, so deemed dangerous. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the addition of Bell just settles that back 6. I was the Greensboro game was the first time I saw Dan O'Daly, and I was really impressed with him.
He's a young lad, a lot of energy, a lot of pace, but also still developing his craft as well. So having guys like Jordan and Dan around has really helped him come along and settle into a comfortable position out on the halfback line for us.
Gebhardt under pressure from both wheels out. Has Kermond out the side. Play on's the call. No danger. Bell releases. Just class over there. And
out to Blase.
Is it Blase or Blas?
It's definitely Blase.
Blase.
Yeah.
Mushtaq here.
And so we're going to have to get some more pressure up on Mushtaq. I think his outletting from the back is going to be very dangerous if they don't get enough pressure on him.
It's funny. It seems he's such a good proponent of the long hit,
Exactly.
and not a lot of people do that anymore. And I think it's because it runs at a different speed. It's harder to read. I feel it catches a lot of people off guard,
especially when they've got such quick, dangerous forwards as well with
Yep.
Awais Ahmed and Maxi up there as well, and Moody. They're obviously very dangerous if you get the ball one-on-one to them.
I heard, I did ask the Brunswick coach around Muhammad coming across from Pakistan as Mentone going forward, right-hand side, Blase. Can't play in Fujihara. Will someone buy Ben Hocking a long-sleeved shirt? Seriously.
The rain is sheeting in. I'm sure he's regretting the decision now.
What I was going to say was I was talking to because we talked about the differences coming for a player coming from Pakistan, and he doesn't speak English very well, but he does have Ahmed's parents are from Pakistan, and so Ahmed speaks the language, and Moody as well. But they said that what they've done, he wants to emigrate as a permanent resident.
Okay.
And they've enrolled him in an English course as well, so he's doing that throughout the season, and I think that's fantastic.
That's really, really impressive from Brunswick Hockey Club.
Because I'm sure, we're both the men's reps at our clubs.
Yep.
We get a lot of messages from players from Pakistan, and some of them are legitimate. You look at them and they have actually played at the Com games or things like that, but the cultural differences are often an unknown, and so hats off to Brunswick who've taken that connection obviously with Moody and stuff being at the club and saying, all right, well, and he's helping them on the field, scores goals. Dan Bell slides this one in.
And having played hockey at such a high level, I'm sure he gives plenty back to the club as well.
Yep.
So that's why these relationships are often beneficial for both parties, and something that we really need to nurture through Hockey Victoria's competition.
Mushtaq goes up over O'Daly. Actually, I saw Dan last week because he was coaching
the Hot Shots.
The Hot Shots.
He was.
Yep. That's a great ball into the middle. Smith can drive into the circle, goes around the side of Mushtaq, needs to bring it back, and it's actually been tackled back onto his foot. He slipped over, but the first tackle was good. It's great pace from Smith. Turns, drives. Watch this little pick by Mushtaq. Bang. Yep.
Sometimes because it looks clumsy doesn't mean it's a bad tackle, so well umpired.
That's right, and it's so hard when the pitch is a little bit slippery. And Meikle over the ball, back to Ward.
Mentone having a lot of the play early, a lot of control over the possession, but got to make the most of those forward forays. That's a Blase, carries into the circle. Just these wasted balls at the moment, once we get into the circle, are costing us a little bit.
So Mushtaq holds the ball. So Sean Herbert wearing the number 99 actually, not the number 4. Someone's gone down here.
Fujihara by the looks of it. That corner's notoriously slippery. Obviously the water drains that direction, so often that's the first one that people slip up on, so hopefully it's not too bad.
Hopefully it's... Yeah, it was devastating a couple of weeks ago. Manisha Aranasalam did Kieran confirmed for me that she did her ACL playing at Hawthorn.
It's horrible to hear.
Just turned over on it and was nowhere near the ball.
Can be the most innocuous little movement. And
Yep. So let's hope that, I mean, he's up and walking, which is good. So let's hope it's nothing serious. Let's hope he's just gone over a little bit and stung the ankle. Or Ward, ball forward. That's well cut out by Mushtaq. He's trying to go the long ball. They've got a way streaming through the middle of the park. They won't be able to get it there quickly, but the numbers, they run hard, Brunswick. One thing, Brunswick, they're so happy to run forward to try to get that punch. They throw themselves forward hard and then try and whip it. That's a great ball into the circle. Tough tackle on Blase. I'm glad I've had that cleared up, because I've probably been calling him Blas for the last 5 years. And
I think I've corrected you about 3 or 4 times, but we keep coming back to Blas.
100% disagree. I had to issue a public apology to the Delenk boys, although they said it was up for debate. So I said maybe we should change it to Dolense. So Herbert. Now Sean's a very good indoor player, if I remember correctly.
He is. He was an elite junior coming through the pathways and took a step back from hockey and. Most recently, he's been over in South Australia, playing country hockey out there. But he's joined us back this year, and he's been a fantastic addition to have. He's just so naturally talented, low centre of gravity, great hands.
That's a good tackle. That is a fantastic tackle, straight through the middle of the park. Gebhardt running hard, the Argentine. Great tackle from Ward. So he's, and someone's got a yellow card here. That's been well defended by Mentone. Always with the quick shot. The snapshot has come forward. Gebhardt with the ball on the long corner. Mushtaq.
Lovely ball in.
So Ward will take this one. O'Daly rolls upright. Bell now with the ball. So forward line of Brunswick shifting well. That's a long ball.
Stock just missed traps and the ball comes back. Some space there for Gebhardt in the middle. Finds Command out on the right.
It's Kermond back to Gebhardt. He drives and drives hard. Goes inside.
Stock with the intercept. Releases back out to Mitchell.
The Brunswick free hit here. All the way across to Ward. James Meikle just staying warm on the sideline. And the rain is absolutely coming down now.
It's a bit of a different challenge for our boys with Brunswick falling away at the moment. Often we're under quite a heavy press, so it'll be interesting to see how they handle the different look.
I must say, at the moment, Mentone have dominated possession. Brunswick with a quality opportunity through away sets come through, and it's almost going to be touched home, and it is.
Fantastic finish, Alex Stock with a diving finish.
So Alex Stock opens the scoring for Mentone here. There's a beautiful long ball through midfield.
Which found O'Daly out on the right, who
That's
put a dangerous ball in.
And then
just a touch around Dan Shaw in the net. It's a real poacher's finish.
It's a great finish and a really good ball from Dan O'Daly. That's a really uncomfortable angle for all the defenders as people slip over in front of us. Now commentary position, Dan O'Daly standing right in front of our tent. Give him the assist on that goal in Mentone. 1-0 up to the good. As you said, with the domination of possession and the speed of the ball, you said you were normally under a heavy press. What's going to be impressive here is, at least what I would expect is for Josh Burt to continue to look for things like that with the speed of the ball movement, but to really, really dominate that possession, knock the ball around.
I think so, and the more time you're in possession, the less chance there is for the other team to put the ball in the net. So retention of possession is going to be key today. Interestingly enough, though, it would be 1-1 in regards to shots on goal. I would agree.
So, and I remember there's as Mudassir Abbas puts that ball forward. Swain tries to put that ball in. That's come off the defender. Kermon now, very dangerous turns. Tomahawks across. Can be touched home. No. It's come off the foot of the Brunswick attacker.
There's a lot of intensity in and around the Brunswick circle when they get the ball up there, so a little bit of composure for the boys is going to be really necessary.
Stolen by Gebhardt and driving through the middle with pace time. That's a great tackle by Herbert. That is a clinical tackle. That's indoor all day long, low, flat. There's a huge sort of conversation around the importance of possession, because and I think a lot of the conversation comes out of soccer as well when they talk about really the possession stats often, especially on a game-by-game basis, mean very little. Shots on target are by far the most accurate predictor of who wins a game across. They've got 30 years of data on this. Shots virtually meaningless because as the game gets on, people are pinging shots from everywhere. Shots on target. So it's interesting that this can be built off the back of extensive possession, and that's almost a great ball forward. And it looks like Fujihara's back on the pitch, which is awesome to see. Ordner through Gebhardt. Too much space for Brunswick in the middle of the field. Well picked off by Bell. Bell turns on his opponent. Allards.
And look, I definitely agree with your position on possession, but for us it means that we're structured up well and that we've got control of the game rather than the ball. It means that we're playing the type of hockey that we want to play.
Yeah, I think maybe I should elaborate. What they're saying is that it's not something to say, oh, well, we possess the ball, possess the ball. But what's inciting here is that you're possessing the ball, but also going forward. And it can be, and so what you're saying about being pressed up on, maybe that's something that Brunswick really need to look at changing.
Well,
they're very dangerous when they go forward.
They are, and I think, allowing the space at the back there for them to run at defenders when they turn over is a good way for them to score. They've got very quick attackers. They've got strong forwards. If they're counter-attacking, they're bound to get one-on-ones. And it's proven quite effective, I think, this year. They've got quite a high number of goals scored compared to some of the other lower teams, and that might be because of the way they play.
Almost another opportunity. Well, another opportunity, not almost, for Mentone as the ball was bobbling around in front of Dan Shaw's net. Shane Fee.
It's a turnover Shane won't be happy with.
Space for
plenty of space to run and carry.
Goes through Dan Bell. Can he finish around Boucher? And that's a great. And it's been called a stroke. It's been called a penalty stroke against Boucher. A waste burst through the middle of the field. So we'll see the replay here where our angle might not. No, it's totally obscured.
I might bite my tongue on that one.
So Gebhardt will take the penalty here. Finished by Gebhardt, low to his left, Boucher's right. And 1-1 will be the score. There's 2.5 minutes to go in this first quarter, and as we said, that was the danger of the Brunswick forwards. So Ahmed Awais just bursting through the middle. Great 3D skills, great composure.
It's a good finish by Gebhardt too. Hard into the corner.
Yep.
Left Boucher with no chance. So funnily enough, we've been in front. Mentone have been in front for the last 3 games they've started. We scored first at Doncaster and Camberwell as well. So obviously here today, it's going to be another battle to get back in front.
And if I remember my LTS timeline, you were in front for a little while at Camberwell too. It was
we were
a few minutes into, yeah. So that's been called defensive free hit for Brunswick. Mushtaq running to take it quickly. We see the ball forward here on the replay. A little bit of a stick obstruction.
The Camberwell game, we're in front to just before quarter time, I think.
Yep.
And some of the quality of Camberwell just shone through. And got to make more of our turning our circle penetrations into scoring opportunities.
What's interesting here is now we know the scoreboard isn't working at the ground, so the players don't really know how long is left.
Correct.
And I find that really interesting. Because you're now so used to seeing the time being able to game manage. I mean, they'll know that they're getting towards the end, and I'm sure players are asking, but it is interesting just to note that they might not know that there's only a minute to go. They might be a little bit off. So Command receives in front of Meikle. Command and Meikle one-on-one. That's a great tackle by Meikle. Command back in it, uses the body really effectively, smashes that ball across. That's a great save by Boucher. That is something that Scotty Boucher has done for years and years. Ball straight across. Meikle dives. Touched on by Awais inside. Bell clears. And a frantic finish here. Mentone defending resolutely. What a save by Scott Boucher on that deflection.
Can only be seconds left. Although time was off for the stroke, so our clock's probably slightly out.
Carrying in is Phelan, if I understand correctly. Number 3. Sorry, no, lucky date. Brunswick ball in, up. Damnix wins the free, takes off, needs to go the 5. Umpire says it's gone 5. Another save by Boucher, needs to be cleared. Bouncing around, goes over the line. 16-yard hit. So off the attackers as the rain pelts down. It's on its way into our commentary box. And just for those keeping score at home, we've got the, as our clock hits 4 zeros, we've got the year-on-year battle of Kathy and Craig Seckel in the provision of the afternoon tea. This week is Kathy's right of reply, and I do believe for the 5th year running we've had a draw. So a massive thank you to Craig and Kathy, both at Powerhouse, and when we come to Mentone they look after us so well. I took the desserts home and enjoyed them with my parents last time we went to Powerhouse, and they were thankful too. So, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we're going to take a very short break and be back on the other side of this second quarter. 1-1 here at the Mentone Hockey Club.
Oh, it's fresh, isn't it?
How is Ben just walking around? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, the Mentone hockey field, and as we can see, the rain coming down. Every now and again we're getting a few droplets on our camera, so we'll wipe those off and try and get you a clear picture here, but it's 1-1 between the Mentone and Brunswick hockey clubs. My name is Kin Smith, and I'm joined by Callan Plaskas, and Callan, a quality finish there. A little bit of conjecture about Boucher's work on that ball that gave away the stroke, but his work subsequent to that on a couple of deflections has been nothing short of sublime.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're very lucky to have Scott in the net and have had for an extended period, and he's as good a clubman as you'll find as well.
So Brunswick a little bit of fall away in the first quarter, and Mentone dominating possession, but Brunswick always dangerous. They'll need to get away up the field and put some pressure on the Brunswick defence, continue to put pressure on the Brunswick defence if they are to finish the winners in this game. Both teams needing the 3 points. Mudassir Abbas through the middle, great control from Abbas. He drives inside the circle, touch on, nothing coming. Fujihara back on after what we're very thankful to see was not a serious injury earlier.
Gerbhardt distributes out to the right. The long ball down the line just drifts over the baseline.
Ward just working with Bell.
Allard picks up the ball, rolls out to the right-hand side. Fujihara's down again and we've just got a little break in the play.
So he's holding his arm now actually, so he might have gone down hard on what looks like his left arm. But Mentone ball with Smith in the attacking right-hand side. Harrison Smith.
Finds Rogalski. It's a great pick out of the air.
Rogalski all the way back to Ward again. Meikle has movement out left, goes there.
Shane Fee rolls inside.
So now Shane Fee played for Southern United a while ago, and so debut with Southern 2007.
No.
Right?
Ant Florence.
Sorry, Ant Florence.
Ant Florence was the Southern junior coming through and came across when his brother Tom came across as well. Shane was one of our juniors.
Yep. So ball out right. Goes over the sideline. Gives possession back to Mentone.
Dan Bell over the ball at the moment.
Herbert offers the lead midfield, used by Ward. Just sends it back here. And one of the big things will be, how long Brunswick can keep up that high pressure game when their forwards are running. Oase doing a lot of running, Kermon doing a lot of running. Although, having seen Max play for many, many years, as a young forward, there's not a lot of better people you could tell them to watch than Max's work rate.
Absolutely
He's such a pressure player. I mean, he's so dangerous in the circle, but he's not a stay-at-home forward. His work rate from left to right, up and down the field is incredible. So Herbert now rolling back into the back line, telling Ward to roll forward. Dan Bell puts the ball across, and that's a free hit out. It's come off the Mentone player. Looks like Rogalski in that circle down there. Mushtaq.
Street. Out to Damnix.
So Damnix coming across to Brunswick from Footscray last year's strong player through that midfield and defensive midfield.
He's a great lad as well. We were lucky enough to have him play indoor with us at the Indoor State Championship one year. Really nice lad as well.
O'Daly back to Ward. Interestingly enough, no penalty corners yet for either team.
That's been a real focus point for us over the past couple of weeks. We've identified that we haven't been able to make the most of those circle penetrations, and something we worked heavily on at training this week. So unfortunately it hasn't come to fruition yet, but it's a long game. So
Bell down the right-hand side, crashes the ball in. They need to get the trap. Just goes out off the Brunswick stick. Ball forward, command. traps and drives with strength, turns, goes back.
Good pressure from Stock.
So 11 minutes to go in this quarter, the second quarter before halftime, before the extended break. And what do you think Coach Josh Burt's thoughts are at this point in the game?
I think he's going to be happy with the patience the boys are showing around the back and the balls they're picking out into the midfield. Just that last ball into the circle has really been letting the boys down at the moment. I think that's probably coupled with Brunswick's pressure.
Yep.
But our decision making in around that circle's just got to be better if we want to win the game, and we're not here to draw. So got to put goals in the net. You've got to make sure you get possession in the D and meaningful possession at that.
It's an interesting thing you say we're not here to draw, and the reason I bring that up is there might be a stage where it might be late in the game and a draw's on the cards. Was there specific work done on, say, taking the keeper off and working with 11 field players in preparation for that?
Not during the week, but it's something Josh has done over the past couple of weeks. I think at Doncaster he did the same thing. 6 or 7 minutes to go, he dragged Boucher, much to his disdain. But, no goals were conceded in that point. We've got some experienced heads down back.
Yep.
So it's definitely something Josh will look for if time's expiring.
That's a big touch out by Dan Shaw.
Good effort from Mushtaq not to get a foot on that as well.
Bell on the ball on the attacking 25, the long corner spot. So it's always, as I say, it's always, you know who's watching by who sends you a message. And shout out to Nash McDonald, who's just said, hey, can we wipe the camera? We will, Nash, just give us a minute. I reckon Nathan's pretty happy to be sitting at home watching this than out umpiring, to be honest.
Couldn't agree more. As O'Daly picks up a card for a crude tackle.
Good ball forward, space for Abbas to use his skills.
3-on-3 here.
Manasseh goes around, Dan Bell shoots, misses. That's a free hit out.
And it's a great tackle by Harrison Smith, great coverage. Not often you see Dan Bell get skinned, but well done there from Moody.
Yeah, I don't think Moody's skills in tight have ever been in question. He's a phenomenal ball handler. So we're closing down on 10 minutes to go in this quarter and the half. So again, we don't have a clock at the ground to go off, ladies and gentlemen. So it says 8.5 minutes here. I reckon there was a little bit more off as well for the second Fujihara injury. That's cleared by Jordan Ward. That's a great stop.
Great reactions.
Boucher had to save it. He wasn't sure, I think, if it had been touched or not. And Smith with a good low tackle. Command puts that ball in. Courage from Smith once again.
Allards. Out to Fee. Oh, it's a strong tackle in the middle.
I think that's another strong tackle as well. I think it's really hard for the umpires at this stage because people are slipping.
Absolutely.
And it's really hard to adjudicate, as the ball gets almost hammered in.
We had the friction sweeper out before the game, so all the debris sort of gone, so it's a lot cleaner, and with the rain coming down, there's going to be a lot more slipping as we go through. Mentone sitting very deep here, which is a dangerous game with some really strong players to insert the ball into the D.
And dangerous players inside the circle of Brunswick, really able to get, Awais, Command, Swain as well as on the pitch at the moment. I don't think, yes, he's on the left wing, able to get those deflections. We've seen them go for those throughout the day already. 7 minutes to go, we believe, in this quarter. And I think it's really tough for umpires to start to adjudicate those slipping over tackles because we know that the penalty is significant if they believe it's
an intentional
one. can be a 10-minute suspension. So I think you'd probably prefer them to err on the side of...
You want to see the boys play the game.
Yeah. I think when they're in the tackle and they fall over, I think you've got to give that the benefit of the doubt.
One thing I've noticed through this game is it's really end-to-end. There's not really been any sustained forward pressure from either team. And that's something Mentone would like to have a little bit more, a few more repeat inside D entries.
Play on's the call. Meikle out on the left-hand side. Goes down, long.
Blase wins the free.
Brunswick pressing up a lot further now. They were dropping back to just in front of the half line now, sort of halfway between that half line and the attacking 25.
Taking the easy possession out of the midfield for Mentone, which they were getting early on.
Nick Lewis. We probably haven't seen as much of him as we would have thought we would.
A lot of big, strong bodies in that Brunswick team, and Nick's definitely one of them.
Yep. And Martin Gebhardt's a big lad. Riley Damnick's a big, strong midfielder.
Mushtaq, all big, strapping lads, and wet weather hockey can often benefit that sort of player.
Gebhardt running hard through the middle. Great possession running right to left. Goes round Blase.
Too easily.
The ball forward and away. Turns. Tomahawks too high. And well off target.
And the soccer change room takes a beating.
Bell with the 16-yard hit. 2 balls on the pitch. 4.5 minutes to go in this quarter. Allard's ball through the midfield, gets the touch on. Fujihara's back on once again, so he's shaken off a couple of injuries. Smith.
Oh, just a heavy touch there from Fujihara, allowed Brunswick to get a stick in.
Sorry, that wasn't Smith earlier, that
Mitchell.
was Hayden Mitchell. 6s and 8s look pretty close from this far away.
Especially in the wet.
In the wet, and our camera's copping a beating at the moment. With the water. Gebhardt. Who will be hating this, by the way. And, and Mushtaq's probably not overly familiar with this kind of weather at this stage too. Mushtaq, great skills. Goes around Herbert, not easy to do.
I guess that's the benefit of having an Englishman and a lad from down south in New Zealand. They're used to the cold.
Yep, the English pitches... Often games called off for frozen pitches.
Yep.
I've just seen the very tall frame of Ash Bingle look at me from outside the tent and just give me the nope. he doesn't want to be here either. Great ball forward, can't quite bring it in. Is Mark Swain on that right-hand side.
Brunswick have arrested back a bit of the momentum here. I think they've had the lion's share of ball up in their attacking half in this quarter.
Well, I think it's a good move from the Brunswick team to press up. I think there was too much ability of Dan Bell and Jordan Ward to feed the players of Herbert, Mitchell, Smith through the midfield, and also go the long balls. They were really effective in picking those lines. So I think it's a good move from Brunswick to start to put the pressure up. Brunswick. With the utmost respect, they like they like frantic hockey. They play frantic hockey really well, and that's something that they're going to have to bring to this game. Mushtaq cracks that ball forward. Needed a good trap from Bell. Come on, was lurking. He gets it through the middle. Charles Swain, number 4. Finds Oase out on the side. That's a good tackle. Ward inside a minute and a half, all the way across to Meikle. Fujihara with great control, pops that ball in. There's no doubt that Yoshi's got something going on with his leg, because
It's not moving as freely as he normally would.
Yep, and as we can see, ladies and gents, we've got some serious condensation on the camera. We're going to get that fixed up as soon as possible. There's Brunswick enjoying just a little bit of possession through Lockie Date. Wardner forward, picked off. Meikle midfield. Herbert has the overlap in Smith, looks long, brings it back in.
Herbert out to Fee, looks up the line.
I think he hasn't quite been able to get the angle on that particular one as we count down towards half-time. Brunswick, they like to go for the final punches down. Bell brings that one down, needed it. Command was again just lurking behind. Fujihara out to the right-hand side.
Oh, it's a physical tackle.
Come off the foot outside of Dean Street. Veteran move, keeping their legs outside the circle. So we're at quadruple zeros once again. That's been cleared.
No urgency from the Mentone players there to get in front and try and get a stick on that
Ball
ball.
touched in and almost finished. 16-yard hit, was off target, was bouncing around. That would have been a great finish to the half for the home side.
As the rain starts to clear.
And there is the half-time whistle. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the second half.
Alrighty. What your business actually does.
Oh, they had a ball. Yeah, it was their birthday yesterday too.
Oh, I've just got a comment that came up, Carol. It's got here, it looks like you've built a lot of change from banking with us. Do you want to see the change?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, get it.
Carol?
Yeah?
Can you just pop out for a sec?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Thank you for your support to the Northcote Park Football and Netball Club. 6 years, $60,000. Thank you.
That is amazing.
Really, you've helped us in maintaining our record of no lives lost between the flags.
We've been lucky enough to receive $40,000 or $50,000 in the community grants, and it's made the club really what it is today.
We work with local high school students, and we can't do it without the support of the bank, and we can't do it without the support of you, so thank you.
They've sponsored us for around about $150,000.
Wow.
Thank you for banking at Bendigo Bank. Your support helps me to play netball with my friends.
They actually donated a lot of money towards the skate park, and just on behalf of all riders in Mentone, Serena, young and old, thank you.
I'm here to thank you on behalf of the Serena Men's Shed. You are supporting us. Without the community bank, who's given us upwards of $80,000, we've probably stopped at least 5 suicides, and we keep a lot of men out of hospital.
Oh, my name's Paul.
Yeah.
The Bendigo Bank at Bunyip supplied a defib machine to the golf course. I died
Oh, wow.
playing golf, and the defib machine was put in use and saved my life. So
That's
thank you.
You know, to actually hear the stories, I guess it is quite touching to know that banking does make a difference.
And to be able to be part of such a good community, it goes a long way, doesn't it? It goes a long way.
Giving back to you guys makes me really happy. Just knowing that money going towards a community, there's nothing more rewarding than that.
Hi, I'm Jeff Matthews.
I'm Tony Matthews.
We're from Manly Tyre, a family-run business. We specialise in the hire of boom lifts and scissor lifts like this one. We're proud supporters of Hockey Victoria. Give us a call, 1300 MANLIFT or 9792 9399, or check out our website, www.manlifthire.com.au.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here, second half about to get underway at the Mentone hockey pitch, and 1-1 here between Brunswick and the home side, Mentone Panthers, with a second half to go and everything on the line. We've got some, I guess, some interesting things to talk about. I mean, first of all, there was the critical stroke decision. I mean, obviously we were on the wrong side to see, but it looked like a pretty good tackle from where we were sitting, and the story of the second quarter, I think, was Brunswick starting to press up on the Mentone defence, which limited their long ball options, and definitely Harrison Smith, Sean Herbert not getting as much of the ball through midfield. But so I'm really interested to see how Coach Josh Burt just makes a few more switches, and conversely for Brunswick as well, if they make any changes, I think they need to try to get Nick Lewis into the game a little bit more. He's such a damaging player with his strength and his his distribution. Looks like he's going to be playing a little bit more up forward now. He was, he's sort of rolling in at that right half
spot.
Yeah. So the game underway. Ball forward for Mentone. Smith goes back, rolls outside. That's a good long ball into Herbert. Cops a hard tackle. It's outside the circle. No penalty corner. Meikle is outside for Herbert, and he drags it all the way back. Needs a touch from O'Daly. Gets it. Feeds Ward. Ward has Bell all the way out. They can slingshot this all the way around. Bell thinks better of it. Probably not a bad choice with Kermond ready to pounce on Meikle's position there. Fujihara inside. Good trap by Mushtaq. What I've enjoyed about... Sorry, go ahead.
So, because Mushtaq always in the right spot. He always reads that hotline so well, and it's an absolute brick wall sitting there.
Also, his skills are so slick in regards to... He doesn't miss a trap.
No.
And... you know, I know there's not that many synthetic pitches over in Pakistan. Wazzy has famously said he only played on synthetic pitches when he played for Pakistan.
Yes.
So, you know, the bounce of the ball, it must just be so predictable for him playing here where the ball runs true, and that's a good read by Street. Street ends up on the floor, touched up, and a free hit out.
So Mentone back to full strength after Dan O'Daly was sent off for a 10-minute yellow, so that might have tied in with the ascendancy change.
Mushtaq. And now Mentone putting their own press on.
It's a lot of hard running there done by Rogalski.
That ball has come straight over the stick of Lockie Date. Herbert right in front of our position here. Tries to find the lead.
Of Blase.
Blase.
Just checked his run a little bit, and I think that probably let the ball shoot past him.
I think it's a good idea to press right up on the Brunswick defenders. They love sending those long balls through.
Got to get right up on that 5 yards.
Yep.
Get the ball out of the key distributor's hands.
That's gutsy when someone's going to step over a ball and smash it potentially at you as well. No one wants that job.
Better them than me. Just not as much conviction on the Mentone breaks forward as there is on the Brunswick breaks.
It's almost a good touch by Sean, who refers to himself in the third person and says, come on, Sean. Bell just working with Meikle.
The ball speed's dropped off a little bit. It might be...
It's a good touch.
Oh, fantastic touch.
That's kept in, smashed across, and it can be touched inside the circle. No, Mushtaq just gets enough on it. If that had come through clean, you've got to feel it would have come all the way through.
There's been a lot of shallow D-entries from Mentone. Not a lot getting in towards that back post or spot area. Can only put that down to Mushtaq's good positioning and Dean Street back there as well.
So Mentone possession left hand side. Bell. If you are watching from internationally, send us a tweet with the hashtag HVMPL at this stage. If the Bell family and the Ward family and the Smith family, I think that's all of them. If the Mushtaq family, if the Gebhardt family, the Mushtaq family, see if we can get as many.
Get trending. We can get trending on Twitter.
We can get as many continents involved as possible. To be fair, we haven't had anyone from the United Arab Emirates tune in recently, but
okay.
I think in our third year we did.
We do have an ex-English lad who came out to play with us currently working over that way, I think.
Yep.
So, Tommy Lawson, if you're listening, please shoot us through a tweet.
Yeah, if the Canterbury guys are listening, I'm sure they've watched at least one of Harrison's games. It's pressure on O'Daly. Mentone ball. Smashed all the way across, and it just won't get to Smith. It's the right idea, really putting that ball forward. So Dan moved down here for work, or?
Yeah, I think he's moved down and he's met a few of the boys when he went over to Malaysia for an under-21s indoor tournament. So he went away with Blase and Liam Allards.
Yep.
And struck up a really good bond with them, and he's slotted in seamlessly into our club. Just loves his hockey, and he's a good lad to have around as well. Nick Lewis taking the long corner. No, rolls off. Mushtaq slides up. Around Rogalski. Dangerous ball in. No one quite on the end of it. Oh boy.
We've almost lost the tent again.
Seems to be a regular occurrence when the live stream comes to Mentone.
It's definitely brightened up. I think because the The top's almost been ripped off. We've almost lost the top of the tent here, so the lights are coming in, which is great. And
It's a strong whistle and a green card to...
Just some running repairs.
Max Cairwan takes a 2-minute seat. Jordan Bell out on the left. Again, picks out Mushtaq. I think if Mentone are going to get any joy going forward, they've really got to change their circle penetrations.
Gebhardt with the ball, left-hand side. He's under pressure from Fujihara. And that ball forward has come. Play on's the call, nothing coming, and Mushtaq will run away with the ball.
The whistle went to the mouth, but no call.
Lewis, ball across, bouncing up in front, danger time. Good tackle by Smith, low, strong, flat stick, releases players out on the right-hand side. Turned over, and Damnix can drive towards the circle. And Dan O'Daly, I think, has fallen over there. Damnix still going, Herbert clears, and needed that from Sean Herbert.
As Dan O'Daly heads to the naughty chair for a second sit. We've tried to run some running repairs on the camera there, but there's a little bit of condensation still hanging around. Brunswick with the ball deep in their attacking half. The numbers win out and Mentone clear the ball. Harrison Smith stripped. Away's Ahmed. Out to Mushtaq. And he drives the ball in. No one able to get a touch, and we have a 16-yard hit. Bit of a lull at the moment in terms of intensity. Everybody's being a little bit patient, biding their time.
It's also a little bit cautious. I mean, 1-1.
Yeah.
It's so close. It's just one mistake. You know, as we close in towards the fourth quarter, going another goal behind for either side is massive at this time. Herbert with strength low, drives through the middle, feeds Allards, who goes all the way back. That's kept in by Dan O'Daly with commitment.
Dan Bell.
Sorry, Dan Bell. The long sleeves, and about 100 metres away. It's a searching ball. Mushtaq deals with the bouncing ball. Comes off the foot. Lewis, right hand side. Mushtaq under pressure. It's a good tackle by Meikle. So it's a free hit going towards Mentone. There's a great battle right in front of us there with Meikle and Damnix.
Meikle not known for his ball carrying, but he managed to retain possession there.
I say it was very close to being a really good ball by Damnix. If he hadn't sort of stepped across and maybe obstructed, he probably would have won the ball. It was low and came through with a reverse stick challenge. Swain forward, finds Street. Good pressure by Briggs up forward.
Yes.
Well read by Bell, steps in front, rolls it out to the aforementioned Briggs. Doesn't have a lot of options going forward. He's going to play it back to Allards. Allards is going to have to drive out and recycle this. Herbert's going to be under pressure from
behind.
Command.
And out to Ward on the right-hand side.
It's a good pick up by Smith, just that bouncing ball needed. Good control.
Feed to Meikle, Allard's out in space on the left. And just the mistrap relieves the pressure for Brunswick.
There's a turnover for Mentone. There's still no need. There's no need for a lack of composure here. There's still plenty of time left in this game. You feel it's just gone up just another little notch or two in the last sort of minute or two. It's a little bit more feeling, a little bit more frantic. Herbert through the middle. Plays on the advantage given to Bell. The advantage now gone.
Some pace there, down around the baseline. And the golden opportunity there goes begging for Brunswick.
Swain with the diving attempt. See the ball here come across.
No, that's a replay
That's a replay from earlier.
Yep.
From the second quarter. Fujihara tries to step in front of Ward and doesn't get the ball. That will come all the way across. Ward slides, brings that under control. Just a little interplay, doesn't come through for Mentone on the left-hand side. Brunswick will reset. Mushtaq. That ball into the midfield, too much space in midfield for Brunswick as they run forward. They'll slide this ball across. Boucher comes out. Abbas will turn. Abbas will tomahawk. And I have no idea what that came off.
If it was a post or Boucher's glove, but it's
Stayed
a
out of the net
Mentone
either
ball,
way.
so I'm assuming it's off the post.
So that's come out and Abbas grabs it here. That has hit the post.
That was a
That's
great
hit the
strike.
post and bounced straight across. That's unbelievable. Blase.
It's a heavy touch.
Date. All through the middle. Blase with another tough challenge. Date trying to just work that ball through, puts it into the midfield, and it could be in here with a one-on-one against Street. Goes around. That's a good reaching tackle by Street. That's an even better tackle from behind. Mushtaq says, get that out of here, Street. Brings that ball down.
Very frantic couple of seconds with not much actually happening from it.
Bell with a good tackle. Just comes in and gains control.
Pushing himself further and further up the field to get involved in the play at the moment, I think. Dan Bell.
Herbert, chopped ball forward. That'll be right in the corner.
I think Mushtaq's gained about 15 metres there.
Mentone with a minute to go. Possession. All the way forward. That's a good searching ball. They need to put this ball left. They need to put it towards Allard's. Allard's chops at it, and it's a long corner. He's been tackled, so it's come off the Brunswick defender.
Not sure on that one.
So 45 seconds here. Herbert. Can they finish here? That goes up and in. Needs to be
great
taken
save
out.
by Dan Short.
There's no danger there. It's to the own player. So a good call. 30 seconds to go. Still plenty of time here. That hasn't missed by much. You see, this is the clearance. It's a great touch. That's a great tackle and a great touch.
It's probably Mentone's first shot on target since the goal.
That would be correct. Ball smashed forward. Meikle will pick this one up. Will drive himself. Loses the ball as we head into three-quarter time, ladies and gentlemen. It's all going to happen in the fourth quarter. We've got 2 minutes and we'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, fourth quarter about to get underway here at the Mentone Grammar Sporting Field, home of the Mentone Hockey Club. And 1-1 is the score. Mentone took the lead early before Brunswick hit back through a penalty stroke. And so 17 minutes to go to sort out the winner in this game. And it'd be interesting to see who would blink first and take the goalkeeper off if it did get down towards the time. We look to have a reprieve from the rain. Touch wood, please. Pray for us inside the tent as we've almost lost it twice. We had everyone, bystanders grabbing the tent. We've now got some dumbbells out holding it down. They look to be 8 kilos, so hopefully that does the job. And
the wind's died off as well.
The wind's died off as well. Again, touch wood, please.
Yeah.
Just for the next couple of hours. Your heart rate's already up. I don't think you can take being inside a tent that's almost flying away.
We've moved from sitting to standing, so...
Yeah. Now, it's probably good you got the headset on because you're saying you're a pacer when
you're
nervous.
Constant
pacing.
Pacer. So, no, it means I need to stand and watch the game or sit and watch the game, so...
Straightening up and kind of talking about the game, it fascinates me that we haven't seen a lot of Nick Lewis through this. It really does. I'm not sure if... because there's so much, it's really middle centric.
Yep.
And that there's been a lot of play through the middle, but it fascinates me that they haven't even thrown him forward. To really. Another thing is no penalty corners thus far, so we haven't seen either side, either flickers.
I think that probably ties in with the limited amount of repeat corner de-entries. No teams really had that sustained pressure up there to force the defence to make a mistake.
O'Daly with the ball left-hand side. Goes to Ward. Ward through to Bell. Bell now putting himself in that sort of sweeping position.
Appear to have moved to a back three rather than as a back four as they normally sit.
That's a good slide ball forward. Bell finds Fujihara. Fujihara goes inside Dean Street. Another touch by Mushtaq. It's just incredible. He's never in the wrong spot. Even in a 2-on-1. Herbert puts the ball forward, and this must be finished.
Space.
Shoots, and that's come off just the outside.
Had to go far side.
Looks like there was someone inside or in front of Dan Shaw's net here. Look at this.
Mitchell with a shot. Harrison Smith camped in a good spot.
It's missed by about half a foot.
Ball has to go towards the far post in that sort of situation.
It's a golden opportunity for their Oase. So interestingly, Ahmed Oais was playing for Dandenong early in the year. So in Vic League 2.
I did watch him play a game at this ground against St Bede's, and he was fantastic.
Well,
so,
I mean, he doesn't look out of place in the lower half of the men's Premier League. And didn't look out of place when I saw them against KBH.
Yep.
So
he's got some slippery skills. He's got some pace, low centre of gravity. He's can really cause some teams some problems.
Was the only person to have truly got the better of Dan Bell in a one-on-one thus far today. So not many people can say that. Bell does take off under pressure from Kermond.
Kermond's relentless up there with his pressure.
Yep.
Finds O'Daly, nice pick up.
Cuts in.
Rogalski off date.
Great touch by Rogalski, needs to turn in. And the girls team on the side calling for the corner. Rogalski pops it forward. It's got to be something. And there's the penalty corner on the fourth shout. They get the penalty corner. So the first penalty corner of the game, and Rogalski is absolutely exhausted. He's down on his haunches. What an effort by Ben Rogalski.
He's played the season with glandular fever. So,
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So he's really dug deep for us, and he's a very important contributor to the club. So
is it sort of on a bit of a week-to-week kind of?
We manage him through training.
Yep.
Yeah, we manage him through training. There's some weeks where he'll come down and can't get through the session, but he'll come down and support the lads anyway, and that's just the sort of guy that he is. So
now, where in South Africa is Dan from?
It's a fantastic question. I'm going to say Pretoria.
Okay. Pretoria.
Yep, or Johannesburg. It's one of the two
the big ones?
central ones. Yep.
Central ones, yep. Well, the Mentone faithful hoping they hear the celebrations from Pretoria's Dan Bell and Jordan Ward line up. And it does go to Bell. Bell with the...
It's a save by Shaw.
Fujihara goes all the way out to Herbert. Herbert immediately looks back. Didn't have the right angle to go straight back into the circle.
Fee out to Stock.
Stock forward.
Just missed by Mitchell.
Inside 13 minutes to go.
Get a little bit nervous now.
Damnick's out. Space for Wardner. Has Date through the middle. They go forward. This is Oase. That's a great trap. Gets the free hit off Ward. Ball punched forward. Oase inside the circle. Good tackling by O'Daly. This is Mudassir Abbas. Puts the ball across. Courage by O'Daly again. It's just a game of inches, isn't it? You know, Mudassir's shot misses on the tomahawk, and then I forget who it was that put the shot in from Mentone.
Mitchell.
Hayden Mitchell. You know,
a few more inches.
A few more inches, you know, to be said, but it's so close, and there haven't been that many opportunities for either team here. It's been a really hotly contested battle from 25-25, long balls coming in. Date puts that ball forward, comes up off Bell, Street. It's a tackle by Ward.
Smith. Damnick's clash.
Ward, that's been touched by Lockie Date. Inside 5. No card coming, it looks like, unless we're a little bit off in our timing. Bell.
Considering the lack of goal-scoring opportunities and corners, it still has been a highly entertaining game, end-to-end.
Absolutely, that's a great ball forward. Smith inside the circle needs an outcome here, gets the foot, and Street throws his stick in the air. He knows that's what he was looking for, and what a move. Harrison Smith, and Rogalski is on his haunches again. He's got to keep digging. That's a great move by Harrison Smith. I think he understood that he couldn't get the shot off, so just gets the corner. Street's such an experienced defender. We can see he's disappointed with himself. So it'll be close to 10 minutes to go by the time this penalty corner is taken.
Both flickers were marking out their spot, so it's going to be interesting to see who we use.
On their best day, do you go with Bell or Ward?
Oh, it's a tricky one.
It's
a tricky. We're lucky to have both, to be honest.
The only reason I ask is because you'd be expecting it to go to Bell. So I'm
you
thinking,
would be expecting it to go to Bell.
It is Bell off Herbert, and that's run in. That's a penalty corner.
And Nick Lewis appears to have copped the brunt of that drag flick.
I reckon that's above the shin pad but below the knee. So the time is off. So our clock will stop. Yeah, so it's one of those ones that's got in between the knee and the shin pad. So unfortunately for Nick, it's a penalty corner, but he's going to feel that.
Exactly. It's going to be a sore one tomorrow.
He's going off, actually.
Wonder who's going to be keen to run out after that one. Well,
no,
they've changed it.
They've reversed it. So they've now said it's high. So they've deemed that it was too high.
Some great corner running there by Nick Lewis.
Yep, that's going to sting. That's really going to sting. Mushtaq up and over the top. Inside 10 minutes now. You just feel the temperature starting to rise. The crowd getting involved. Gebhardt, a tackle by Bell. And is earned the free hit for a stick shield.
Feel like the intensity's just starting to creep up again.
I think they know that this can't be long left. There's probably longer than what they think, but you just feel they're starting to go, oh,
Yeah.
we've got to be getting...
do something. Got to make something happen.
And you feel that from both teams. Again, you know, if you had to guess what time the teams would be looking at, potentially taking the keeper off, or maybe neither will. That's
Look, I'd be
the other
surprised
thing.
if Josh Burt didn't.
Yep.
But you'd say, what, 5 minutes?
Yep.
You want to give yourself enough time to make something happen?
It's got to be 5. So in Brunswick now, the Brunswick are in the position that they don't mind a draw.
Still leaves Mentone 2 games behind.
Yep. They prefer the win, but they'll take the draw, I'd say. So you'll see them just maybe slow this down. That's Mushtaq just keeps on running. It's a good touch by Dan Bell.
Numbers have to get forward here.
You hear the call of Josh Burt. Get forward, get forward. Ward out to Meikle.
The mistrap from Fee just puts it over to the sideline.
It's the loneliest place on earth when that happens.
Happens to me plenty. I know all about it. I'll save him a seat.
Yeah. It's a bouncing ball across. You see the higher press from Mentone.
It's a nice ball down the sideline. Brunswick with the circle entry. And a good tackle.
Seven and a half minutes to go. So all the players getting back to prevent this ball being shifted out and around. Mushtaq now goes into the circle and diving for the deflection, which doesn't come. So Mentone, still plenty of time here. Plenty of time for both teams. More than 7 minutes. All the way out to Ward.
Finds Rogalski.
He's got a dig here. Rogalski puts the ball forward to Herbert. Herbert inside, needs the touch, and it is a long corner.
Nice intervention by Dan Shaw in the net.
Goes to Bell. Bell cannons this ball in. And a penalty corner. It's come off the foot. So a penalty corner against Brunswick. And Mentone here. So you'd think this would be about 6 minutes to go by the time they take this.
Nick Lewis is back out there.
I reckon it was just a stinger. It was just one of those ones that you lose your leg for about a minute and a half, and then you can. It's going to be sore tomorrow.
He's a brave man to be back in the corner battery.
Yeah, and I'd say he'd be the one screaming out at the top too. You see, they're actually taking off with their feet against the backboard as well to avoid slipping. They normally
Clever.
the cornerman puts his foot under the runner's foot, so he gets a sure footing to take off. Now, Meikle and Bell at the top. No disrespect to Milky, but I know where I'd be sending this one.
Look for a variation here.
And that goes in. Now they're going to talk about whether it went outside the circle. They said yep, and there's the goal that Mentone so desperately was searching for. A Bell missile in the left-hand side. Look at this. Slides it into the side netting.
Just an awkward height.
And you saw, yep, Simon James go that outside. Benny Hocking goes, yep. And so Simon James raises both hands. A great finish by Dan Bell, and now
a grandstand finish.
They talk about critical moments in games. This next minute or two is critical for Mentone. They need to get the ball back. I'd expect Brunswick to press hard. Benny Hockings or Simon James is blowing the whistle hard and telling them to take it where it needs to be taken. And that's precious seconds for Mentone. Street takes off, goes back all the way to Mushtaq. Out to Lewis now on the left-hand side. And they throw that ball away, and they'll be in no hurry to get this going as the rain starts to come down again.
I think the heart rate's higher now that we're a goal in front.
Slid forward. Still confidence to move the ball inside under pressure. I like that from the home team. Ball kid, unpatriotically, puts the ball on very quickly.
We've got a lot of first-time ball kids today, so we'll give them some coaching afterwards.
I'm never suggesting that clubs might just have a quick word to the youngsters and say, hey, you know, just situational awareness, kids.
It's a nice little run down the sideline.
I think this is Nicholson through the middle, and that's a good tackle, but it's picked up by Gebhardt. Gebhardt can drive forward, can drive right. And this is Kermond.
Kermond
turns, shoots, misses.
Long corner.
So it's taking a deflection.
It's a lovely turn by Max at the top of the circle.
Just to find that, he's so good at just moving his body around, manoeuvring, turning and shooting. Gebhardt, you'd think will slide this one in. Does so, and it's finished. And a shot on the net is saved. Saved by Boucher. The quality of men's goalkeeping in the Premier League, from top to bottom, is just
phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Especially with was it Alvaro back at Waverley after spending a season at Casey.
Oh, and I think someone's been clobbered there. I think is that Rogalski? Yep, I think he might have copped one there, but he's okay.
Looks like there's going to be a card issued. To who?
That looks like, can't quite see. So I think Rogalski's been sent off for something there.
Still a Mentone ball, and the seconds tick around.
Bell, Allards, 2.5 minutes to go. That ball's crashed down. Didn't have a lot else.
It's a great ball across.
Yeah, Mushtaq knew he was going to get that. You could see that happening. Harrison Smith drifted forward.
Right idea, trying to put some pressure on, but just left open that passing lane.
Street. All the way out, minute and a half, minute 40, minute 45 maybe to go in this game. Gebhardt, middle, Brunswick pressing. Mentone defending resolutely. They'll crack this ball in. It's reloaded by Gebhardt. Gebhardt who drives, draws two players. Wardner. That's up and high, but allowed to play on. And that's James Meikle coming away with the ball, running strongly, wins the free hit. There's a minute to go, draws the applause. The ladies using any excuse not to go running in the wind at this stage. They've got a game in half now, but they've come up there. And the goalkeeper is Dan Shaw has come out and almost taken a specking in the back of Dan O'Daly.
Yeah.
He's play on.
If that was the same on the field, it would be blown the other way. Is there?
I actually would tend to agree with you. That ball has been swept, and there's probably 30 seconds to go here. I actually tend to agree with you. I think O'Daly was under that, although I must admit the ball was in the air when Shaw was kind of already there when I saw it, but O'Daly receives the ball from the poke tackle, goes long and clears, and it can't be more than 20 seconds to go here. Our clock is counting down. Brunswick have got to get this ball forward. The right man to do the job has got the ball at the 16-yard hit. And they'll work this forward. Gebhardt goes to Mushtaq.
The players are unaware of how long is left.
I think that's the case. It is definitely the case. Gebhardt driving hard, puts it out to Widener, and there is the whistle. It wasn't so much a whistle as screams from the women's team that went up to the left of us telling us it had been called. 2-1 to Mentone. A crucial victory for the Panthers. There's lots of hugging going on. They know how big this is, and you'd think it was a final. Brunswick players on the deck. What a finish to the game, and Dan Bell delivering exactly when he needed to. Ladies and gentlemen, what a finish. We're going to leave you with the images here before we speak with our player of the day. Don't go anywhere.
We are the sporting capital of the world. Together, as men and women, we equally represent you, your city, your passion, your team. We are Hockey Club Melbourne.
Hi, I'm Jeff Matthews.
I'm Tony Matthews.
We're from Manlift Hire, a family-run business. We specialise in the hire of boom lifts and scissor lifts like this one. We are proud supporters of Hockey Victoria. Give us a call, 1300 Manlift or 9792 9399, or check out our website, www.manlifthire.com.au.
Alrighty. What your business actually does.
Oh, they had a ball. Yeah, it was their birthday yesterday too.
Oh, I've just got a comment that came up, Carol. It's got here, it looks like you've built a lot of change from banking with us. Do you want to see the change?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. I'll go get it.
Carol?
Yeah?
Can you just pop out for a sec?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Thank you for your support to the Northcote Park Football and Netball Club. 6 years, $60,000. Thank you.
That is amazing.
Really, you've helped us in maintaining our record of no lives lost between the flags.
We've been lucky enough to receive $40,000 or $50,000 in the community grants, and it's made the club really what it is today.
We work with local high school students, and we can't do it without the support of the bank, and we can't do it without the support of you. So thank you.
They've sponsored us for around about $150,000.
Wow.
Thank you for banking at Bendigo Bank. Your support helps me to play netball with my friends.
They actually donated a lot of money towards the skate park, and just on behalf of all riders in Mentone, Serena, young and old, thank you.
I'm here to thank you on behalf of the Serena Men's Shed. You are supporting us. Without the community bank, who's given us upwards of $80,000, we've probably stopped at least 5 suicides, and we keep a lot of men out of hospital.
Oh, my name's Paul.
Yeah.
The Bendigo Bank at Bunyip supplied a defib machine to the golf course. I died.
Oh, wow.
Playing golf. And the defib machine was put in use and saved my life. So
That's
thank you.
You're welcome.
You know, to actually hear the stories, I guess it is quite touching to know that banking does make a difference.
And to be able to be part of such a good community, it goes a long way, doesn't it? It goes a long way.
Giving back to you guys makes me really happy. Just knowing that money going towards a community, there's nothing more rewarding than that.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, down to the Mentone Hockey Club pitch side with Dan Bell after a 2-1 win over Brunswick. Dan, you scored the second goal. It was a tight game, was 1-1 for a really long time.
Yes, yeah, I think we always knew it was going to be a tough one. We needed the 3 points to kind of stay in the league, so the boys kind of really had a hard fight, and it's Brunswick is in a similar position, so it was kind of essentially a grand final for us, so to kind of stay in the league. So yeah, happy with the result.
We understand that your parents are watching. What are their names?
Yes, Chris Bell and Cindy Bell, back in Africa, so they're watching. It's a little bit early for them, so sorry about the early wake up, but yeah, it's nice that they can watch a game.
So obviously a big win, but also on a personal note, I mean the third corner was brilliant. You didn't seemed like you quite got on the first two, but then the third one exactly where you wanted to send it, and a really good result.
Yeah, happy. The boys really fought hard. You could see it in that last quarter, guys just kind of giving it their all, maxing out. So it was really good to see, and I think a good one for the team, and a nice crowd that came out. So it's really good, and not so great weather, but yeah, we did our best.
Well, I was talking to Callan earlier. What your experience here over the last few weeks with Mentone? What have you really enjoyed about the club?
To be honest, I really enjoy the friendliness and very welcoming. It's like I'm back home in South Africa, so it hasn't been a big adjustment. So it's been great. They're very interactive, making sure you're having a good time, which is great as a foreign player in a not so familiar place.
And on a personal note as well, you're off back home in a couple of weeks for the South Africa team for the African Cup of Nations.
Yes, yeah, looking forward to that, joining the national team again, and hopefully it's our Olympic qualifying. So hopefully win the Africa Cup and then go to Tokyo next year.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
So you're confident that you'd be in that mix and really push for a spot in Tokyo?
Hopefully, I think with our talent that we have in South Africa, we should be competitive, and I think we should keep that high standard and really push for that Olympic ticket.
Well, now that you've played here, we'll claim you. We hope you go to Tokyo.
Yeah,
thank you so much for joining us, Dan, and congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Bell there, and kind enough to join us after the game. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere with the Women's Premier League at 3:30.
Top of Anderson, tracks all the way back in, it does. And he's locked in for one.